Hey guys, welcome back. Got a Toro CCR 2450 5 horsepower snowblower here. I got this for free a few years ago. All it needed was a new ignition switch. But a family member recently got a house and they don't have a snowblower, so I decided I was going to give this to them. And I actually already have two more of these. I got a Simplicity and a John Deere, so I don't really need three of these. Plus I got a plow for my ATV. But anyway, it's been sitting for a while and it wouldn't start, so I took the carb apart, and it was, the needle and seat was just beyond beyond saving. And then it's got a cork float here, which is kind of weird. But anyway, got a carb off of Amazon. I think it was around 20 bucks. So we're gonna attempt to put this on and see if it'll run. So one thing I'm noticing here is this choke lever. I'm not sure how we're gonna put that on, but you know, sometimes with these engines that have the primer here, you can just kind of prime the heck out of it, start it, and just kind of keep it going until it gets enough heat in it. It doesn't really, you know, need any assistance, so maybe that'll work. But I don't know, maybe we'll try getting this on there. So I already obviously have the old one off. It's just there's this cover here. There's just a couple screws that hold that on, and then there's two long screws that hold the carb on right there. So in this new kit, comes with a carb, comes with a primer, got some fuel line, gaskets. This is the line for the primer, fuel filter, an extra primer bulb. That's kind of weird. It's got a fuel shutoff, and then 4 clamps. So let's put this thing on and see if it'll work. Okay, let's see if this choke lever will adapt to the new one. So there's a screw here. And yeah, it looks like that'll work. That's pretty cool. So we're off to a good start. There we go. Okay, this primer fuel line is actually kind of brittle, so I'm gonna see if I can replace that fuel line. And I actually did replace this primer bulb a couple years ago too. So I think I'm just gonna reuse that. Okay, new fuel line is on for the primer. And then there's this plate here, so that just goes, that sits on there, the intake. And there's also a spring here. So that spring is gonna connect to this oval opening right there. Like that. And then there's this rod here that goes in this hole for the governor. Okay, then there's a gasket here, and this gasket on this intake here already looks good, So I'll just go ahead and reuse that. Maybe it's easier if I put these screws through, get everything lined up. Just like that. Oh, our rod fell out here. This little nut fell out that goes into the intake. Good thing I saw that on the floor. And I'm not going to replace this fuel line, I'm just going to reuse. And we'll connect the primer line. Let the bowl fill up here for a few seconds. Let that gravity feed into the bowl. And we'll try starting this thing. Give it a little prime for a good time. What do you think? First pull? Let's give it a shot. Let's see, choke is on. Maybe you don't need the choke. See how well it restarts. Well, I'd say that's a runner. You know, sometimes you get these carbs, they just they don't want to run very well. They just kind of hunt for the RPMs and stuff, but this one, I'm impressed. 20 bucks. Beats rebuilding this original plastic one. So, got a couple extra parts here. I didn't end up putting the valve on or I reused the primer and fuel filter. So, yeah. So if you have one of these, I mean, it's a good alternative. I'll put a link in the description for this one that I bought. So if you're interested. All right, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.